What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's Blackjack again, coming at you with episode 27 of our playthrough walkthrough deck tech tutorial of Magic Arena. We have a special one for you today. I have invited a very good friend of mine named Madarobi to show us his deck and get a couple games in, and we will talk about the decisions, the deck list, and just go over everything we can. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Let me know in the comments, all four of you, if you liked it, what could change, your ideas, things like that. I'm always open. So, Madarobi, welcome to the show.
Hey, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And for the viewers, please take note of the new webcam placement. It's not tilted and angled diagonally. And I also got a new microphone, so I hope you enjoy that as well, along with that squeaky chair. So go ahead and walk me through the deck. What is this green, black, and white? What's the point of this deck?
Yeah, just I mean, in essence, it was a deck that was very shaped by what cards we had. It's definitely not in something that I'm pushing a Mythic with, but it's a deck with the starter package, all the cards you get from that, along with a few in-game purchases. But it was I think the only thing we've crafted so far are to complete a playset of Cruel Celebrant, which I think I had two or three already, and Poison Tip Archers. I believe those were the only other two, which I think once again I had two or three of them. So in essence, it was a good deck that didn't require a lot of Magic experience. It was based around kind of just something that's not a bad matchup and has multiple payoffs with just easy play style. But it once again it was really shaped by just what we had available, and luckily it happened to be two Lilianas with the release of War of Sparks. So um, the deck itself is based around tokens. There's definitely, in my opinion, so far with the small amount I've played and up to silver with it, it's I think there may be better ways to get tokens, but basically you use those tokens in conjunction with Cruel Celebrant and Poison Tip Archer to either overwhelm your opponent or put them on a timer. You make them lose life.
Yep. So this is kind of loosely based off the Aristocrat standard deck that reigned over the metagame years back, where a lot of the creatures in the deck had Aristocrat in the title of the card itself, and they all garnered attrition from sacrificing themselves to draw cards, make tokens, and that's how you kind of gained advantage throughout the game. So this is loosely based off that. As Madarobi said, an important thing to both of us as players is, not necessarily just putting in all the money it takes to build the most metagame ready deck possible, but it's also interesting to be able to see someone build on a budget, because that's most likely, what you as a viewer will be basing your decks off of. Of course, there's cards in here like Vivian Reed I can see in Tendershoot Dryad, where if we had infinite wild cards and infinite budget, we would probably add more of those, but I like where the deck's at now. So let's just take a couple seconds for each card, starting at the top. You can tell me what you like about it, and we'll just go from there.
Uh, right out of the gate, you want that board presence early, and we started out with Land of War Elves, and what I quickly realized was I wasn't really ramping to anything, and not to mention with the three color mana, a lot of times if I was ramping to something, green wasn't what I needed to ramp to. So we got Diregraph Ghouls. I mean, it's value. Sometimes these have won me the game just getting that early lead. Sapperling plays both early game and late game. The kicker allows me to get more value out of it late game, but early game it gives me two 1/1 tokens, which once again, so far the two cards above it play well with Cruel Celebrant. Um, some people, I underestimated the life that can come from your opponent when you've got a board full of 1/1s, and there's a board clear or there's a huge trade. So
Yeah, the
another
the,
card.
the board life protection. If they wipe a board of 5 tokens in Cruel Celebrant, that they take a lot of damage just from that. So
Yeah, I mean I'm in silver, so but the control players I've seen, the people who are copying those big decks that take a little bit more skill. A lot of times they don't even do the math and they just board clear you and boom, they're dead. So um, due to the budgets constraints, I would definitely like more of the histories in it. It works really well. Unfortunately, I only ended up with one. Um, Death Bloom Thallid. This is still a work in progress. It's just something for turn 3 that's keeps, if you get that amazing hand in the beginning. This is your turn 3 drop. Otherwise, there's murders in there. One of the main reasons that I feel like black is an awesome choice, along with Ravenous Chupacabra. Just that little bit of control if you're going against big creatures. Leon and War Leader is another questionable one, but that's what I'm hoping having Blackjack here is gonna, him be able to see the deck play a little bit. He can give some insights, possible easy adjustments that can help us get even further with such a budget deck. But Poison Tip Archer, once again, the staple of the deck. And then we were lucky enough to get a Vraska, I believe that's how you pronounce it. She, everything about her seems to work really well with the deck. And I, I had a win earlier that once I got Vraska and Liliana, was able to protect them. I mean, it just snowballed a little bit. Tendershoot Dryad. I mean, this has been more of a defense than an offense, but it absolutely can be an offense with this deck.
Eventually, it becomes both.
Right. And right now, with just having one, it's not consistent enough to rely on. But if I had 4, I think I'd be playing 4. So, and then Vivian Reed is mainly protection against artifacts, enchantments, and creatures flying, and it provides a little bit of card draw or card advantage rather, late game, or anytime you get her out on the field, which this deck really doesn't have much of. Liliana works in every aspect, every part of it works for us, and then Finale of Glory, which a lot of times ends up being a finale, trying to overwhelm or trying to put up that last defense. But
the big end game payoff.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I don't think I've ever been able to use the 4/4 White Angel so far, but I'm definitely looking forward to that someday.
Yeah, so this is a mid-range deck. If you remember from my previous episodes, we went over the different types of decks. There's aggro, combo, control, and mid-range. So this kind of tries to fight on both fronts of controlling the early game and having powerful things in the late game. So it's the best of both worlds. It's one of the decks I personally enjoy the most. And I'm excited to see it in action, so let's see some gameplay. Obviously, the mana base isn't perfect. You would add, your shocks and your check lands and things like that if we could, but we don't have all those cards. We don't want to craft them right now, so we're working with what we have. The mana base is pretty good from what I've seen.
No, I'm missing out on quite a bit of early game, and my mana is dominantly green. I do have all 3 mana colors. If I were playing this without you watching, I would probably mulligan.
It's tough because a hand like this against a control deck is fine, and against an aggro deck it's terrible. So it's kind of a 50-50. We do have all 3 of our colors, but we do not have any early game. I'm going to leave the decision up to you. I'm honestly not sure what I would do.
Not bad. I mean, I have a turn 2, a turn 3, and I got to pray for mana.
Yep. Yeah, these are tough because you definitely want to have all 3 of your colors, but this seems just good enough.
So what would you do here? I'm sitting on 2 mana. Would you go for this mana, or would you bottom it to try to hope for possible white mana?
I would probably keep it. We're only playing 24 lands, and we do have early game plays already, so it's okay if we're missing out on the Finale of Glory. We're not going to be casting that anytime soon anyway.
Right.
Oh, this is the wall deck.
I'm going to try to get Do I skip my turn 3 unless I draw another land? Do I go for a Sapperling? I mean, it's not gaining me anything against the 0-4 land, but do I need to start building that board presence with Sapperling? It gives me, yeah.
It gives you 2 creatures to attack, whereas if we skip this turn to play a Thallid next turn, the wall still blocks that. So I think we probably start building our board now.
And since he has no mana, it allows me to get it out without it possibly being countered since he's playing blue.
Yep. So this deck aims to, I can't remember what it's called, but they play an enchantment that lets their creatures assign combat damage with toughness. And that is typically how they kill you. Otherwise, it looks like this deck particular is on the mill plan. We should get our Forsaken Sanctuary down since they're both coming into play tapped anyway. And then let's go to combat first. And then we have a heavily late game plan with the Finale of Glory, so I agree with playing a second Sapling Migration right now. I like going to combat first, seeing if they have any combat tricks before we commit anything.
Let's get 3 mana open.
Yep, I think we do want to use our mana the best we can right now. So they're not playing black that we know of, and they missed a land drop, so this is kind of the point where personally I'm smelling blood in the water, and I would probably murder this creature and go all in attack to try and put them on like a 3-turn clock versus letting them block our 3-2 and they'd be on a 5-turn clock. Or 4, I should say.
He does have any counters, it also gets it on the murder instead of, if he really wants to save the 8-4 instead of one of our creatures.
Yep.
May draw. Or even the Finale if I drew another white. I know of the one white board clear where it puts away all attacking creatures. Should I be worried about that right now?
That's 2 white and 2 colorless. It's Settle the Wreckage. It exiles them, so we don't have to worry about that this turn.
Awesome.
It's obviously gives you huge advantage playing in standard when you know the standard cards, you're familiar with them, so you know what to play around based on the colors. And sometimes you just get free wins when your opponents don't draw the right things. But I believe our opponent did keep a 7-card hand, so maybe they just kept a poor hand and hoped to draw for the best, and we mulliganed correctly. So let's jam another one.
Awesome. That is definitely one of the things that I really like about this deck is if you can get that early game pressure with the Diregraph Ghouls or some of the early creatures, is that if you can get out 5 tokens and an Archer and a Celebrant, they have to seriously consider every decision they make, otherwise they'll be dead. It puts them on a timer when you get that first early game push.
Yeah. This hand is fantastic.
There's nothing wrong with it in my eyes.
No, this hand is about as good as it gets.
Okay. I would lay Forest, Sun Petal.
You definitely want to play the Isolated Chapel first, because right now it's going to come into play tapped no matter what, and we have nothing to do on turn 1 anyway.
Gotcha.
Okay, this is going to be some kind of artifact deck. Ooh, this is spicy.
Brew deck. Oh.
This is the Aquaman deck.
Do this this to get some pedal out, or saproling, sorry. You in agreement?
Yes, sir.
You said this is Aquaman?
I have no idea. I just named it. Seen 2 cards.
His artifact. Do have a swamp. This allows us to get out. Do I get another sapling or do I go for the? I think I get an archer out or a cruel celebrant out. Doing it.
I like it. What does that submersible do?
They draw a card. So I want to block that.
Yeah, for sure. So maybe we just leave up both blockers for now. Okay. We don't even have to block.
He draws if he hits me.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right, you're right. I didn't even read that part. Chupacabra is probably better than Poison Tip Archers because they could not crew if they don't have another creature.
Okay. Just for reference, I would have gone the greed.
Well, the Poison Tip Archer is great, but the Chupacabra keeps them from crewing, gets a creature off the board, and it leaves us open to attack as much as we want right now.
So, if he gets a creature out, he can crew and immediately attack with a silent submersible. Is that how that works?
Yes, but we will still have the Chupacabra back to block. But we could leave the sapling back and just attack with the celebrant and block with the sapling to keep the 2/2.
With the Poison Tip Archers and the Cruel Celebrant, I think life is going to come into play, so I'm going to try to hit for all I can.
I like that idea.
I regret it.
No, I like being aggressive. He has to dedicate his whole turn to playing a creature just so he can crew again anyway.
Got a lot of mana to deal with. There it is.
What does this bad boy do? Exile cards from the top of your library until you hit a non-land. If its CMC is 4 or greater, repeat it. Huh. I don't know that I would block here.
I think a draw. Yeah, I think a draw is
Not
less detrimental than
yeah.
using that creature.
I would agree.
So the greed is telling me Archer.
Yeah, we definitely want to get down the Archer. He's going to be able to hostage taker it, which really sucks, but I don't know that we really have any other play. I think we definitely get in with our Chupacabra and our Celebrant, because no matter what, we won't block with either one of those. I don't know if we attack... I want to do attack with the Celebrant instead of the Sapling, because...
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're never going to block with the Celebrant, but we may have blocked with the Sapling. I don't know why you didn't crew there. That was weird. That was a pretty good draw.
It was.
I think you want to get the Poison Tip Archer down so we can continue to check the Demon Lord because it has reach. We don't really want to take another 6 and go down to 3 and then just be dead to like anything.
Right, especially since he has a poison. So that's where lack of experience comes in. I assume we hold off on everything.
Yeah, we're not attacking. He's just get free blocks everywhere across the board.
Yep. I saw hostage shaker up in his hand and didn't pay attention to it, and that is. And you mentioned it too.
We couldn't really play around it. I think what we did was still correct. What is that? Huh. It's interesting. Okay. If they want to take their turn to make 2/1/1s, that was perfectly fine. Now they can't attack with the Demon Lord.
The unfortunate thing is if I get Liliana with those 2/1/1s.
Oh, we are for sure blocking. I don't know if he knew that that had reach and death touch.
Still hurts.
But we do survive. And we get it off the board. I think I would just probably Thallid and Sapling. So that we have as big of a board as possible for when Liliana comes down when we draw a land. And then we're still not attacking. I don't think we're attacking at all until we get a Liliana. Oh, don't they hit another sapling migrate? That's fine.
Oh. Creature dies. I'm gonna die to my own technique.
No, the Celebrant will gain us life.
Now it's a creature I control.
Yeah, but if we trade, we're gonna go even on everything. Yeah, we're just gonna eat those for free. We'll take 2, but I think that's okay. Because we can always untap and kill the Poison Tip Archer with Murder if we don't draw a land. I'm glad he didn't get that one.
Do I get rid of the Poison Tip Archer?
No, I think we passed the turn.
And then wait to see what happens.
Yeah, because he'll probably make like a really weird attack, thinking that he's going to kill us no matter what from us blocking. So it may leave us the ability to get some really good trades in. Yep, that's fine. He's going to get a murder as well. Yep. He's going to kill our Kroll Celebrant. So we're going to go to 2. But we should be able to trade away most of his board. Let's let him attack. Okay, now we murder. And then we eat all 4 creatures, because if we draw Liliana, it's going to be insane. Nice.
You go for 3 2/2s?
I'd probably just play the Thallid again. Keep the finale for the win. He may be spyglassing us soon because he knows we're holding something. I would definitely attack with the Thallid. Because we do have to get him dead sooner than later. And then if he does not Sorcerer Spyglass us, we'll make 3/2/2s and go for the win the turn after next. He might.
Liliana gets a ton of value here.
Yep. He's gonna get another murder, but that's fine.
His 3 creatures next turn.
Okay, so now we finale, and then we should be able to win next turn. Definitely no attacks. We'll Alpha Strike next turn, depending on what he does. Nezahal. That's not going to save him. So if we draw a land, he's for sure dead. Okay, so he's going to name Liliana, so we can't cast it. Or we can't use its abilities, I should say. Okay, so let's do the math here. If we attack with everything, he blocks both Thalids and a 2/2 and takes 5. So we may have to play.
Gives us 3 to block with.
Yeah, we'll be left with. Yeah, I think we Alpha Strike him down to 1. And then play another Thalid for blockers. Or wait. Damn it. Liliana doesn't get activated abilities, but we still would have drawn cards whenever one of our creatures died. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
We could not attack and wait. Or
yeah, I could not attack and layer, and then possibly draw on the defensive side.
Yep. Yeah, I like that.
Can I still plus? Nope.
No, you can't activate its abilities, but we'll still draw cards whenever our creatures die. And he actually doesn't really have great attacks. We can kill most of his board.
Yeah. He's got 5 creatures though.
Well, that's got flying, so that's gonna push us in. God, if we draw a Poison Tip Archer or a Cruel Celebrant, we just win the game, I think. Oh, that's good. We're going all in. Push, yep, play that, and let's give him the house.
Oh, that's beautiful. If this works out, that shows the epitome of the deck.
Yeah, I think he's actually dead no matter what he does. If he doesn't block, he's dead. If he blocks, he's dead. In any combination.
2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
That'll do. Not to mention we'd be drawing 5 cards. Oh. Does that put him to 1?
Nope.
Nope. Awesome. That did exactly what we wanted to, just how we wrote it.
With the rank up at the end. Hey man, I appreciate it. That's especially the Liliana play. I don't know if I would even put her on the field.
Well, I missed it too, so don't feel too bad. I think
there was definitely the opportunity to attack originally with her on the field, but I wouldn't have followed through with it on the later turns.
I think it worked out well. That was awesome. Alright, well I think we'll end the video there. Thank you guys so much for watching. As I said in the beginning, if you have any ideas of how we could change this format of how we're recording and what we're doing, let me know. I think next time maybe we'll have Madarobi watch me play a different deck, or we'll do a sealed event together. But I do like the idea of getting some other people in here for the future. I think it makes it a lot more fun and interesting to be able to conversate about what's going on versus me just talking to you guys. So thank you guys so much. Have a good one.